Hello again, everybody. I just want to clear something up, really, because while doing this series, what I want to do is I want to make it accessible to everyone. Now, I'm not sure how it works exactly, but I think from what I gather, when you upload a video onto a live stream, it can only be seen for a certain amount of time by whoever decides to tune in at any one particular time, which is fine. That's not an issue. What I want to do though is to upload it onto my Instagram TV channel so that those who, for whatever reason, don't log into the live stream can still watch the video at a later time. And I thought, being a little bit naive, this just kind of, it got saved automatically, and you could upload it onto your Instagram feed, and that'll be that, and it was fine. That wasn't the case. I had a bit of an issue trying to do that yesterday. It seems like I've had an issue with it today. I've just not long finished recording an entire cooking lesson on how to make a basic bechamel sauce. Obviously, I finished recording that in the live stream, ended it thinking that the video would have been saved to my camera on my phone, so therefore I could have uploaded it onto my normal Instagram feed. That wasn't the case, and I can't seem to save the video from the story feed, so I can upload it to the normal feed. So basically, in a nutshell, I've recorded a video that only a dozen or so people have seen to this point, and unless they view my Instagram story within the next few hours, they're not going to see it, because I can't upload it onto anything else. So I'm just basically going to recap everything that I did in the cooking lesson, and hopefully I've adjusted the settings on my phone now, so hopefully what I'm doing now will say to my camera roll, so therefore I can upload it onto my Instagram TV page. Fingers crossed, we'll see. So, the classic bechamel, I started with infusing 2 cups of milk. It can either be full cream milk, semi-skimmed or skimmed, whichever you choose and whichever you have in the fridge at the moment. Obviously, with a lot of people on lockdown, getting to the shops is a lot difficult, a lot more difficult now than it has been possibly a couple of weeks ago. So just use whatever milk you have. So 2 cups of whatever milk into a pan. Into that pan, you want to add an onion chopped in half, obviously peeled, studded with cloves. Put those into the milk, along with some bay leaves, some nutmeg, and some salt and pepper. Bring that to the boil. As soon as it's boiled, turn the heat off, put a lid on top of the pan, and leave that to one side to infuse for about half an hour. You can leave it longer if you wish. I wouldn't recommend leaving it any less than, say, 20 minutes, but half an hour is fine. Amy Stark 88. Hey, yeah, that's Amy. I used to go to school with Amy. Hello, Amy. So yeah, infuse the milk for half an hour with the onions and the cloves, the bay leaf, salt, the pepper and the nutmeg. While that's cooling down and infusing, you can then make your roux. And the roux is basically melted butter and flour. If you haven't got butter, you can use like a butter spread, like, you know, if you've got Bertolli or Flora or something, some other fat. I wouldn't recommend using, you know, like an animal fat like lard or goose fat or anything like that. So like a butter based fat. Melt that in a pan. Don't brown the butter. Don't get any colour on it. Just melt it in the pan on a low heat. Then add your flour. Just plain flour, 2 tablespoons of flour, and you will form like a dough, a wet dough. And as you're cooking out the flour, it'll start to bubble, and the flour will basically start to cook out. Once you're happy that the flour's cooked out, all the butter's melted, and you're happy with the consistency of the roux, you can then slowly start to add your infused milk. And it's important at this stage you do this using a whisk. Don't use a spoon, because you won't get the lumps out, because you will get lumps because obviously the flour. You have to whisk it, and whisk it fast, to smooth out the sauce and to get rid of all those lumps and to cook out the flour. So basically, ladle in or pour in your milk until you have the correct consistency that you want and all the flour is cooked out. You need to keep tasting as you go. Just taste, and as soon as that flour is cooked out and you can't taste any flour, then, you know, and you've got the consistency that you want, then that's fine. You can then add whatever seasonings you see fit to use. Now, with the bechamel, you can use it as a base sauce for a lasagna or another pasta dishes. Macaroni cheese is very good, and just add whatever cheese you want. It's completely your choice, to obviously flavour the sauce. You can also freeze the bechamel as well, so you don't have to use it on the day that you cook it. You can put it into the fridge for 3 or 4 days, and just use it as and when, but it's perfectly acceptable to freeze it if you wish to do so. It makes a really good sauce for a lasagna as well. If you don't want to use a bottled sauce, you can use a bechamel for the white sauce for the lasagna. Just obviously add Parmesan cheese or pecorino or mozzarella, basil, garlic, and a bit of oregano as well, just to give it that flavour. And it's really as simple as that. It's infused milk, it's flour, it's butter, it's mixed together till you get a smooth, creamy sauce, and then you just flavour it as to however you want it to taste. And that is basically your basic bechamel sauce. If you can master that, then you can do pretty much anything in a kitchen, because a good bechamel sauce is a good base sauce for a lot of dishes. A broccoli cheese, macaroni cheese, cauliflower cheese, lasagna, you know, a croque monsieur. So yeah, that's it. So I hope this is going to upload to the way I want it. If not, then this has probably been another waste of time. But it's all trial and error, isn't it? Thanks for tuning in. Keep washing those hands. Stay safe, stay clean, stay at home. And any questions you want to ask, then just drop me a message. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.